Welcome back to the human condition. If you're new here, welcome. I'd recommend checking out the first three components, PSU, CPU, and GPU. But don't stress too much about catching up. Each episode holds its own truth in this nonlinear series. Today, we're diving into component 4, RAM, the unsung hero of your mental operating system. This isn't long-term memory. This is the live buffer, the real-time desk clutter of the mind. And like any overloaded machine, the more tabs you've got open, the slower everything runs. So let me ask you, what are you carrying right now? And how much of it is even yours? We've still got 5 components left to explore, so close your background processes, clear some space, and strap in for component 4, RAM. If the CPU is your thinker and the GPU is your feeler, then RAM is your mental bandwidth. It's what determines how much you can hold, process, and juggle in the moment. In a PC, RAM doesn't store your long-term data. It doesn't run the OS. It's the short-term working memory, the stuff you're actively holding while you work, create, or exist in a complex environment. In your human system, RAM is your ability to think while you're feeling, hold paradoxes, balance complexity, integrate conflicting ideas, navigate dynamic conversations, stay present in emotionally or intellectually charged situations. Low RAM equals quick overload. High RAM equals expanded adaptability. Some people can juggle 5 concepts and 2 emotions and still crack a joke. Others hit shutdown after one intense conversation, and neither is wrong. They're just running different RAM configurations. RAM and neurodivergence. This is where autism, ADHD, PTSD, and trauma tend to make themselves loudest. Difficulty filtering input, trouble switching tasks, mental fatigue after social interactions. Holding multiple streams of thought and emotion equals instant lag. Not because you're broken, but because your RAM is running overtime just to compensate for system noise. And unlike a machine, you don't get a hard limit warning. You just feel overwhelmed, or shut down, or lash out, or check out, upgrading RAM or making space. Here's the beautiful part. You can't change your neurotype, but you can optimize around your capacity. Reduce unnecessary processes, sensory clutter, multitasking. Create external memory, journaling, task lists, voice notes. Use low RAM environments, quiet, spacious, non-performative spaces. Build RAM gently through mindfulness, exposure therapy, rest cycles. Honor your capacity without guilt. It's not about doing more. It's about doing smarter so your system has room to breathe. When RAM fails, you forget mid-sentence. You lose track of your own thoughts. You feel flooded, even when nothing's technically wrong. You ghost conversations or check out emotionally. You shut down completely, mentally, emotionally, socially. That's not laziness. That's a memory stack overflow. Core truth of component 4. Your intelligence isn't defined by how much you can hold. It's defined by how gracefully you adapt when you're near capacity. You don't owe anyone more RAM than you have. And you don't have to apologize for upgrading it slowly. RAM isn't just what you remember, it's what you were forced to hold on to because no one else would. So clear some space. Close the loops. Let the thoughts you've outgrown go gently. You're not broken, you're just full. And that can be fixed. Thanks for listening. And together, we'll keep overcoming the human condition one component at a time. See you next time.